What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay, guys, so I am not on the video, but I wanted to share my personal experience with the amazing Yemeya. Yemeya. Oh man, this is a beautiful one because before I even knew exactly who Yemeya was, I just knew that I had a connection with this entity and with this woman. Um, so working with her felt just right. Um, and actually, when I started to find out more about the children of Yemaya, it really hit it. It really made me feel more better. So let me just look it up real quick. Children of Yemaya's children of Yemaya. Okay. Yemaya is the great mother who lives and rules over the seas. Water is essential to life, so without Yemaya, life on earth wouldn't be possible. Although she's maternal and nurturing, she is also fierce. Her punishments can be terrible and she's outraged, but she's fair minded and forgiving when proper remorse is shown. Yemaya is clever and brave. When she goes to war on behalf of her children, she wields a machete and expertise, and no one can never defeat her. Her aleke is made out of transparent crystal beads, altering with royal blue ones in a pattern of seven, which is her number. Her day of the week is Saturday, and her colors are blue and white. Traditionally, she wears a long flowing dress, a wide belt, with a full skirt made of blue with ruffles, which represents the waves in the ocean. She likes verbena perfume. As a mother, she's wise and virtuous. Yemaya's children. Let's look a little bit of the children of Yemaya. Yemaya's children tend to be strong-willed, independent, women who know what they want and how to get it. They sincerely care for other people and can see different perspectives. Yemaya's daughter are domesticated, protective of their children. Generally, they are calm and don't lose their temper easily, but their temper is irritable when it erupts. At times, they can seem a little arrogant, but only because they take their role life seriously. They are maternal by nature and devoted to their children. But friendships is sometimes difficult for them. This is why I felt so connected to her because I really have friendship difficulties. They put their friends to the test to see how loyal they are. They are also easily offended by anyone who lacks proper respect towards them. They never forget a slight, although they will forgive it. They love luxury and beautiful surroundings, and money usually comes easily to them. They are sensual, but in a quiet fashion. Emotional well being is the most important to them. Yemaya's children are always fair, but they tend to go strictly by the book, doing what is expected. They have a deep regard for social hierarchies and like everyone to know their place. In the Catholic religion, Yemaya is synchronized as the Virgin Regla or the Virgin Mary or a mother figure. Her feast day is September 7th, making her a Virgo. Yemaya is traditionally kept in a blue flower porcelain, okay, filled with water. She likes seashells, fishes, nets, seahorses, anchors, and everything revealed with the sea. She also associated with the stars and the full moon, ducks, and peacocks. Yemeya controls the part of the sea that humans can know, but the most profound depths of the ocean belongs to another, Olokun. Olokun is unfathomable and potentially dangerous. Yes, yes. Because no living thing can return from Olokun's realm. Yemaya's realm is the part of the ocean where there are plants, fish, and other marine life that humans can use for food. She's associated with the creative and nurturing forces of the sea. Yemaya is very good at divination. In effect, she learned how to do consultants by hiding behind the door and spying on her husband, Arula. As he did consultas for clients with apeles, divination chain used by the Babalaos, women weren't supposed to use apeles or do divinations, but Yemaya was so good at it that Arula, we call him Arumila, made a pact with her to told her she could use the dilagun, kairi shells, to divine. This is where the custom of using the dilagun shells come from. So the senteras and senteros do consultations with the kairi shells, whereas babalaos, priests of Orumila, use the apele chain. Patakis tell us that Yamaya is the daughter of Olokun. She was the wife at different times to Obatala, Orumila, Agayo, Babalao Aye, Orisha Oko, and in some stories, Ogun. She's generally regarded as the elder sister of Oshun or Ochun or Oshun. And she's the mother of foster mother of almost all major Orishas. Yamaya is the patron of pregnant women. She also acts as a spiritual mother to all those who feel lost and lonely. She'll always listen and offer maternal love to anyone who needs a mother. Let me tell you guys something. My relationship with Yemaya is so beautiful and she works so well for me. She gives me easily Dantor vibes. She gives me the Black Madonna vibes. And my first love was the Black Madonna. And then it was, of course, Yemaya that came to me. So when I came across Yemaya, the first thing I thought was she's a fish. I'm a Pisces. I have to be a child of Yemaya. And if you in certain patakis and if you talk to certain if you talk to certain babalaos, children of Yemaya usually have a very, I wouldn't say a sad life, but they usually are very sacrificial. And I feel like even though I had a really decent life, I've been sacrificial in certain places. I've been that person to put other people before me. And I'm a mom and I'm a real mom. I'm not that mom that just be leaving their children with the grandparents every weekend. No, I take the time out to be with my fucking children. Well, my child, Lavender. Um, the first time I started working with Yamaya, I first would just play her music. I will wear the colors of blue. I will go to the waters and I will offer watermelon to her because that's one of her favorite fruits is watermelon. Seven pennies, okay, 7 coins, and I would just go to the water and I would give my offering to her. And one time I was dating this guy, and I'm not gonna say it was clearly all his fault. I had my own responsibilities. uh, how I played a big role in the relationship, but I just want to paraphrase a little bit of what happened. So I believe like a year ago, I one of my biggest goals was to get a to have a bigger space when it comes down to my work, and that was to get a warehouse. And so, spirit, I'm gonna say I conjured the person up. I lit a candle at a certain angle, at a certain degree, at a certain time, and this person came into the store at the time that I was working in, which was Nicholas, Brooklyn. And so, I made my move because that's just the type of person I am. I'm a person I like to make my moves on men because men are usually very intimidated by me. So I had like, said something to this person and we started talking and let's just move forward to it. Within like 2 months in a relationship, we kind of moved very fast. And the person I was dating wanted to basically like invest in the soap company. Of course, it had its own stuff a part of it, but nothing. I digress. He started to work on the warehouse, right? The warehouse was behind his house. So as the warehouse is about to be done, things and I between him and I started to get a little rocky. And at the time I just got my Yemeya Elekes. Um like I said, at this time I was not a part of E5. I just wanted to connect with the Yemaya. I am not a child of Yemaya, but at the time I thought I was because when I was doing my research, I felt so connected to her. I felt like I was a child of Yemaya because of the things that I've been through, the connections that she had to the Black Madonna, the connections that she had to Azili Dantor. I just felt so connected to Yemaya. Um, my family is from Honduras. We always lived by the water. Like when I was pregnant with Lavender, I was by the water, and I'm always by the water. So even living in New York City, like I'm like a gatekeeper of New York. So anywho, this person had like totally fell off. Like, the relationship went left and it started to become what I would say very toxic. I've already I didn't invest anything in this in the soap company when it come down to like doing the warehouse, but I already started putting it out there to the public that we was doing this warehouse, and I was really in my ego at the time. When you put it out there, it's like now you feel stupid because you put it out there that you was going to do something and it's possibly not going to happen. But I learned a lot from that relationship. I digress. So, yeah, Maya comes in a minute. Okay. So this person lives in Long Island. I'm not going to like put them out there, but they lived in Long Island. And the same day that me and this person here, like the person basically said I wasn't going to be a part of the warehouse no more. Mind you, the warehouse was my idea. It was everything about the warehouse was mine, but the fact that it was the person's money. So I was pissed. I was pissed. I started crying. We broke up. I really took it serious. Like I was like, wow, like you mean me at the time I've already put it out on Instagram, I put it out on TikTok. Thank God I didn't, the funding was already hard for us to get because it wasn't like a GoFundMe. I was trying to get funding so I could be able to pay him back for the investments that he had did for the warehouse. So long story short, everything was kind of postponed. It's really interesting here, and I feel like that was spirit telling me here, like, listen to me, like this is not how it's supposed to be. There's obstacles for a reason. So the guy tells me I'm gonna get new people to fill in for the warehouse. That's not your warehouse. You can't come here no more. And I was so mad. So what I did was I had Yemeya. I put her on my table. I cried. I spoke to her. I said, "Listen, I feel like something is unfair." I told her everything. I sat down with her. I went to the store. I got her some watermelon. And I sat there. I ate the watermelon with her, and I just told her about the situation. I said, I take full responsibility on my end. I moved a little bit too fast with the person. I didn't really know, but I feel used, and I feel like this is unfair. This is my dream to have this warehouse, and someone here is just able to take it away. That night, I don't even know if it was that night because the guy didn't tell me, but I know like after like 3 days we spoke again, and he said that how the warehouse had a big flood. It was flooded. Yemeya came in there and flooded it to the point where they had to fix the warehouse again. So I say that to say, to go back to just reading a little bit about Yemeya, when you call out for her help, she's going to make it happen. And I believe that that man he knew exactly who that was from because he was very spiritual as well. A child of Eshu, I believe. Yeah, he was a child of Eshu, which was the first that was the first experience I had with dealing with somebody here of a child of Eshu. So I learned a lot about how they are. Once again, it wasn't a bad thing because I've learned a lot, and that's what Eshu does. Sometimes the lessons is very painful, but you get it. Like that's after that relationship, I knew exactly what is it that I want, what is it that I don't want. I knew what is it. I knew that my intentions had to be pure, and I knew when people's intentions was not pure because of how fast they came. That's why I always tell you guys in the readings, like how fast as it comes is as fast as it will go. So take your time, take your time, take your time. Um, as Yemeya Yemeya flooded that warehouse to the ground. Um, and I knew that she was with me. She was with me. And anytime that I ever had a problem, anytime my tears hit the ground, she heard my cries. Yemaya will flood. She will flood everything, every single thing. She don't play with her children. And yes, I'm not a child of Yemaya, but I believe she's one of those orishas where if you come at her correct and you feed her and you talk to her and listen, if you are a child that has been abandoned, if you've been if you went through any type of like SUICIAL attempts, if you've been in a crazy home, if you've been abused, similar to Azili Dantor again, like if you know about Azili, you know what I'm talking about. If you're homosexual, you're lesbian, you're gay, Yemaya is one of those orishas that will take care of you because she is a very nurturing, mothering deity. So this is a really good orisha to use if you are trying to connect more to a mother figure. If you want to connect more to the divine feminine energy, using Yemaya in the right way will help you. And you could use Yemaya in a way to wash everything out. And that's exactly what happened. I respect and honor her so much. My daughter also loves Yemaya. She made Yemaya her own beads. We give her money. We feed her anytime we can. And on her day, which is September 7th, Virgo energy, we definitely make sure that we pay homage to Yemaya. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my story of my personal experience with Yemaya. And how she worked for me. Every time I cried, every time I asked for her help, she was there. And listen, this is no shade to the divine masculine that I we tried to do something together as far as like working and doing the warehouse together. I believe that Eshu, which was his head, Orisha, needed to go through that lesson just as much as I needed to. And we do not talk no more. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to put him underneath the shade. Like, even though the experience was very bad, it was ugly. I still have forgiveness in my heart. So if you out there, you watching this here, you know who you are. There's no love lost. There's no love lost. I know that Yemeya washed it up away. Even if you using that warehouse, I know you probably not even gonna make that much money because that intentions was not pure. And that's what Eshu was teaching that man. You have to have pure intentions. What was you doing? Why was it rushed so fast? The great thing about Orishas is that they were in the human, they was in the flesh, and they was not perfect. So each one of them had to learn lessons. That's why they have patakis. Patakis are story times, are stories. Okay. Anywho, sorry for not showing my face, you guys, but I wanted to test this out. If you like this, hit that notification bell. Tell me that you will love more story time on the Orishas. Unfortunately, I haven't really had a lot of experiences with Yamaya further than this, but I do have other experiences with other Orishas that I can help and to tell you guys about my experience. So until then, you guys, peace and love. Until next time.